This presentation is on opiates and opioids. Opiates are naturally occurring compounds derived from the opium poppy plant. Opioids, on the other hand, include the natural, synthetic, and semi-synthetic derivatives of opiates. Both opioids and opioids bind to specific receptors in the brain and spinal cord to help relieve pain. However, the widespread use of opioids has raised significant public health concerns such as addiction and overdoses. Morphine, present on the top left, is a naturally occurring alkaloid extracted from the opium poppy plant. It has been a cornerstone in pain management for centuries due to its potent pain relieving properties. Morphine, along with its synthetic and semi-synthetic derivatives, act on the body's opioid receptors to alleviate pain. While morphine and opioids in general are vital for pain relief, their use necessitates careful consideration due to the potential for dependence, addiction, and overdose. On the top right, opioid receptors are proteins that modulate pain perception, mood, and psychological function. They are found on the surface of cells in the central nervous system and interact with the naturally occurring endogenous opioid peptides and external substances such as opioids. The three main types of opioid receptors include move receptor, kappa, and delta. The move receptor mediates pain relief, respiratory depression, euphoria, and sedation. Kappa is relevant in spinal cord mediated pain control associated with dysphoria, and the delta receptor is involved in pain management, implicated in convulsions, and contributes to tolerance levels. Narcan, present on the bottom right, is known as naloxone, and it plays a critical role in addressing opioid overdoses. It acts as an opioid receptor antagonist, meaning that it binds to the opioid receptors without activating them. Narcan rapidly reverses the effects of opioid, restoring normal respiration and preventing a potential fatal outcome. On the bottom left, exploring the primary afferent and spinal pain transmission pathway reveals how opiates and opioids modulates pain perception. Opioids and opiates act on primary afferent neurons, which are nerve cells that are responsible for carrying naloxone stimuli up the spinal cord. In the spinal cord, the naloxone stimuli are transmitted to secondary neurons in the dorsal horn, forming the spinal pain transmission pathway. Opiates and opioids modulate pain perception by binding to the opioid receptors on both these pathways, inhibiting the release of neurotransmitters that transmit pain signals, thus reducing the perception of pain. Additionally, the gate control theory explains how activating opioid receptors inhibits the transmission of pain signals to the brain by interfering with pain transmission at the spinal level. Opiates and opioids produce the analgesic effect, relieving the sensation of pain without necessarily addressing the underlying cause.